All right, guys. So a follow-up to the Larry Elder story in regards to him being attacked with an egg from a homeless person while campaigning in California. I waited to see if anybody from the Democrat Party would stand up for a political opponent who is being physically assaulted. And lo and behold, no mainstream Democrats, including Governor Gavin Newsom, has said anything about it. They've said nothing, which means they essentially endorse it, because the left has told us, guys, that silence is violence, right? Silence on issues like this means that you endorse this type of assault against politicians, right? And again, guys, the left are the same people that spent all this time freaking out and telling us how bad January 6th was, because essentially politicians were in danger, right? So they told us, hey, you're not supposed to attack politicians, which I agree with that. I agree with that. But I agree with it on principle. This situation right here with Larry Elder tells you that these Democrats don't agree with it on principle because they're not saying anything. They only agree with it when it comes to protecting themselves, which is why, these politicians built up this big fence around the Capitol and whatnot after it happened, right? While leaving our southern borders open, while, calling to defund the police, because all they really care about is protecting themselves. So for the most part, they've been silent. But I will give credit to one Democrat, a Democrat that I actually like, Mr. Meet Kevin, aka Kevin Pathrath, who is running against Larry Elder in that recall election. Now, I think he's like a close second behind Larry Elder. He's a YouTuber. He's a finance YouTuber. And, guys, I just like people that are big on financial literacy and finance, right? And Kevin did come out and say that it was wrong, right? Hey, I will give credit where credit is due, right? A political opponent, a Democrat who's not even a mainstream Democrat, right, is basically saying, hey, listen, this was wrong. So kudos to him for saying that. However, you have some people like Marc Lamont Hill, right, who we haven't talked about in a while here, whom thought that Larry Elder being attacked with an egg was funny. Take a look.
Conservative talk show host and California gubernatorial candidate Larry Elder is going viral after a heated altercation with demonstrators. On Wednesday, Elder appeared to have a raw egg hurled in his direction while touring streets filled with tents of unhoused people in Venice. The LA Times reports that Elder only spent about 12 minutes in the area roughly before fleeing the scene. Authorities are now investigating the incident. This all comes just days before California's recall election, which is set to take place next week on Tuesday. Whoo, Larry Elder sure knows how to get a rise out of people, man. Do you know? Do you know how bad people got to hate you, to throw eggs at you in public? Do you know how much somebody must not like you for a homeless person to take their food and throw it at you? Do you know how much they gotta hate your ass? Larry Elder is representative of a particular type of black conservative, a particular type of black Republican who makes his money telling black people that they wrong, telling black people that they're unethical, telling black people that they're lazy and trifling, telling people they're going to ban critical race theory, telling women that they shouldn't be able to have reproductive justice. I mean, he inspires hate in a lot of people, so I'm not surprised that people throwing eggs at the man. I'm not saying it's okay, though. Just saying I understand. In truth, if you want to do something to Larry Elder, do not throw eggs at him. Do not beat him up. Do not attack him. Do not mock him. Do not name call. Don't do any of that stuff. Go into the ballot box and vote him out. It doesn't make no sense to him with an egg and not vote him out in this recall election. I'm saying don't throw the egg and do go in the ballot box. Let's make the change that we need, y'all. Y'all could do better than that.
All right, guys. So Larry Elder's not in office, so technically he can't be voted out of office, right? He can't be voted out of office. Nice try, Mr. Professor Marc Lamont Hill. Okay, nice try. But outside of that, I didn't find anything funny there. I don't find anything funny about Larry Elder being attacked. I just don't. I don't think it's a laughing matter. But Marc Lamont Hill obviously thinks it's funny. Now, to his credit, he does, say the right thing at the end and say, hey, you shouldn't be attacking, a politician. Even though I feel like he's kind of saying it with kind of a wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna be mad. I ain't mad about it. But hey, you shouldn't do it. Go to the ballot box, right? Which I guess, hey, at the end of the day, you got to give them a little bit credit for giving the right message. It's further than what most of these woke revolutionaries have said in regards to this despicable attack against Larry Elder. Now, Marc Lamont Hill also basically tried to smear Larry Elder as well, and basically saying that he's one of these black conservatives / black Republicans. He's actually a libertarian, right? I mean, if you're going to characterize the man's position, like, you know, let's be accurate, right? He's actually really a libertarian, okay? But, you know, conservatism and libertarianism is mixed up quite a bit, and I do it sometimes too, so I'm guilty of it, but I'm just saying. He said, well, he's one of these type of people that, you know, makes a living telling black people that they are lazy and they ain't good for nothing, they trifling and all this and that. And I'm like, why is it that people think that any criticism of black people automatically comes out of a place of hate? You must hate black people because you give some constructive criticism towards black people. And then there's this automatic assumption that because you align with libertarian or conservative policies on certain things, that it's automatically bad for black people, right? Now, Marc Lamont Hill didn't go into any detail of try to prove that point outside of talking about women's reproductive justice, right? Whatever the hell that means, right? So essentially what he's saying is that, well, since you are for saving black babies, right? Saving black lives, wanting more black people to be born, right? Trying to make sure the black population stays healthy. Oh, you're anti-black. You're anti-black. Okay? And it's like, bro, in my opinion, that's actually the most pro-black position that you can have. Okay? It really is. But see, that's why I try to tell a lot of these people, man, like, these so-called pro-black people, they're really pro-liberal. They're pro-democrat. They're pro-progressive. And they're not necessarily the same thing. I mean, they're really anti-American, to be quite honest with you. Because honestly, you know, in my opinion, like, you know, I tend to define myself as pro-American, right? I'm pro-America. But again, what bothers me is that it's these people that run around here talking about I'm pro-black, I'm so this and that and the other for black people, when again, they're really just pro-democrat, pro-progressive, and anti-American. That's what they are. And shoot, I'll go as far as to say some people like Marc Lamont Hill, they're really anti-black, right? I wouldn't even put them in the neutral category. Because again, if I was a so-called white supremacist, right, what I would do is that I would defund the police. I would take all your guns so that you can't protect yourselves from the criminals who get the guns illegally, right? I would keep you dependent on the government. I would make sure that, you know, merit doesn't matter in school, that academics doesn't matter, okay? Basically keeping people dumb and stupid. I would raise the minimum wage so that you can't get in the job market, okay? So that you can't get a job whatsoever. So the job only goes to those who have skilled labor. That's how I do. All the mainstream Democrat policies is what I would do if I was a white supremacist. I would not want you to be self-sufficient, right? And look, again, these are the arguments that people like Larry Elder and myself make. That really the best position for black people is to be self-sufficient. It's self-sufficiency. It's not to be dependent on the government. It's just to be dependent on, one, yourself as the individual, right? Taking personal responsibility. And two, your family and your community and those around you, right? Lifting each other up, taking care of each other, supporting each other's businesses. That is the position of black conservatives and black libertarians. But again, this position is characterized as anti-black for whatever reason. And I don't understand why. And there's also this stigma that as a black conservative, oh, all you do is talk bad about black people. And I'm like, bro, if you look at my channel and look through my videos, most of my videos, I'm actually talking about white people, right? Every single day, basically, I get up here and I talk a lot of smack about Joe Biden, who's a white man, right? I talk smack about the white man every day, right? The white man Democrat, okay? But for whatever reason, again, people like me are characterized as, oh, all you do is talk bad about black people. I'm like, no, I don't. Now, if there is political news that's related to black people, and I need to talk about it, I'll talk about it. I give my opinions on it. I'm not afraid to be critical. But again, I'm not afraid to be critical of anybody that disagrees with me, right? Or even people that are on my side. I've been very critical of the Republican Party on certain issues, right? So, I mean, to me, I feel like personally, I'm an equal opportunity criticizer, right? I'm an equal opportunity commentator. I'm not just up here saying, oh, what can I say bad about black people today, right? And that's not what I do, right? And if anything, you will realize that when you criticize somebody, you criticize them because you want them to be better, right? Because you think more of them. You think they can do better. When you tell black people, hey, listen, you don't need to depend on the government, that you're just as talented as everybody else, that you can achieve just as much as anybody else in this country. You just got to work hard, work smart, take risks. That's why I'm selling these shirts, right? That's why I'm selling these shirts. Because I truly do believe that that's all you have to do. Now, obviously, there's more detail to it. There's more nuance to it. You got to actually put that in action. But I think highly enough of black people to believe that black people can compete on the level with anybody, even if there's so-called systemic racism or obstacles in the way, right? That's how highly I think of myself and other black people, right? In general, I think any American, no matter what your race is, you can succeed in this country because I think that this country is the land of opportunity if you're willing to work hard and compete. But see, liberals like Marc Lamont Hill, they don't believe that. They don't believe that. They don't believe that black people are capable of greatness through their own merit. People like Marc Lamont Hill believe that, well, black people need a handout for the government, right? They need a booster seat, okay? Because he doesn't think highly of black people. And that, in my opinion, would define the difference between the mindset of somebody like me and Larry Elder versus somebody like Marc Lamont Hill, who happens to, again, find it funny that a black man was attacked by a white liberal woman in California, right? But he says he's pro-black, right? He said he down for the hood. He a real one. He a real one. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.